Lee County, Florida, has ordered a shelter-in-place now for all remaining residents in their area because it is now unsafe to be out on the roads due to the conditions.
All right. Thank you, Elijah. Lee County, Florida, hopefully, once again, hoping for the best. Hopefully there's not too many people that didn't evacuate. We've got a lot of people in here right now, 360,000 of you. In chat, let us know how many of you guys are watching from a hotel or from a friend's house, a loved one's house, or from a shelter that evacuated from a coastal area in an evacuation zone out here. Looks like there's quite a few people, but there's also a lot of people watching from all around the world. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I don't know how long this camera's going to hold on. This is in Sarasota, where some of the stronger winds are starting to move in. We also are getting reports that there's pretty significant
Brad, I just want to let you know I'm just east of Venice, Florida on I-75. Conditions are deteriorating rapidly. Definite tropical storm force winds and good hurricane force winds that are becoming more numerous. I decided to figure out conditions are deteriorating extremely quick right here. It looks like the storm may be moving a little bit more east than it was northeast. Also seeing a lot of birds. So not sure what that means, but a lot of birds.
The birds have made landfall. And just seriously think about that. Think about how much relief that must be. The birds don't know that they're ever going to see land again. They just know they're stuck in the middle of a storm, in the middle of the ocean. And then here's the beach. I feel, is it weird? I feel great for the birds right now. It's a terrible situation. All right, we got an update from Caleb. Go ahead.
Hey, Ryan, I'm down here in downtown Bradenton right now, actually a little bit south. And first of all, we've officially seen all emergency services pull off the roads. So even those roadblocks that they were previously holding have since been lifted, other than at like bridges and stuff that are officially closed down just because the winds have gotten too high here. So there's literally no one on the road. You guys look at my stream. I'm the only person out here. But one nice thing that's happening down here is because we still have a wind that's going out into the Gulf right now. We're not seeing that storm surge effect the same here. However, we are starting to see power outages happen. We've had a couple power flashes, and we're beginning to see trees fall. So if you are thinking about traveling, at this point, you might as well just hunker down and wait because it's really not time to be out on the road.
All right. Thank you so much. Caleb's out there. Brad's out there. I know that Bryce Shelton, Brett Adair, and a lot of the other storm chasers that we work with are also out there right now. And we will be, showing whatever is most relevant at the moment. But right now, I think the worst of the storm surge that I'm seeing from everything is the reports coming out of Naples. We are at major flooding stage now in Naples, which is 4 feet. And then we are starting to really see the waters come up there in Port Charlotte as well. The eye of Hurricane Milton is just offshore from Sarasota.
If you could, I'm not solo this time. I'm not able to pull up what the meters are looking like. What does the surge look like? Has it already started? Am I going to be able to get to Punta Gorda? Is my question.
let's answer that question for Brad. I guess it depends a lot on where he is right now. We actually don't have a storm surge meter there. So we don't have like a gauge there, but we do have a camera, and it's, you know, in Port Charlotte, and it's probably the most impressive one that we have as far as the water rise goes. Looks like it's up about 3 or 4 feet. Down to the south, though, closer to Fort Myers, they're approaching moderate flooding according to the gauge. And in Naples, we're over major flooding. So it's not there yet, but it's coming. If you know what I'm saying.
All right, copy that. Thank you. I will be there in 20 minutes. I know there's a parking deck there. I just got to make sure that it's safe to get there. If not, I can always turn back around and get on I-75.
All right, so I'm having a conversation with one of our, with Brad about, you know, how he's going to get to Punta Gorda as the water is really starting to rise out here in Port Charlotte. And I think that it's only going to get worse as the storm makes landfall. Once again, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is our big hurricane coming into Florida right now. It's rotating like this, and the water underneath it behaves the same way. So out here in Clearwater, there's not a lot of storm surge, right? We actually have water probably receding away from the beaches because this is the way that the wind is blowing. Down here on the southern side, though, this is where the storm surge is going to be the biggest problem. On the beach in Inglewood, the winds are still blowing like this, right? And that means that the water is not necessarily hitting the coast and piling up as much as it possibly could. And that's going to change, though, whenever this eye gets about right here. Then on the southern side, we're going to see the winds coming in like this, and that will put them perpendicular to the shore. And then that's when we'll see most of the water rise happen. Now, one of the reasons why in Port Charlotte we're already seeing some significant water rise isn't even associated with all the water out here that's coming. It's just the water from the bay that's getting pushed up like this. So that's what's responsible for the 3 or 4 feet of water rise we've already seen. It's going to get a lot worse once the big water comes in from the actual ocean. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, so someone in our Discord server just pointed out something to me, which is a pretty unique report. So near Calusa, Florida, a tornado crossed over or very close to a mesonet station, and that mesonet station has actually recorded a wind gust of 92 miles per hour. So I don't know if the station actually got hit or if it passed really close, but a mesonet station recorded 92 miles per hour from either the tornado or the inflow or outflow of it.
Wow. Thank you so much, Elijah. A huge shout out to Mike. Hold on. I'll get it out here in a second. Shout out to Noah Fleming. Thank you for the very generous super chat. And also thank you, Nutty Bar Trading, for the very generous super chat. And also shout out to Lull in the Storm. If you are just now tuning in, we are very close to landfall here with Major Hurricane Milton. We've got storm chasers on the ground. We've got storm probes ready to take on the 10 to 13 feet of water rise that's about to happen. I believe that it's going to come in very quickly because we have those winds blowing along the beaches like this, and then all of a sudden it's going to shift. I think the water is going to come in very quickly whenever that shift happens. So hopefully we don't have anybody out there. Hopefully everybody evacuated. But if we do, get ready. It's coming. And I'm also, bear with me with my voice. It's tradition during hurricane season and also right at the beginning of tornado season. Every year there's one stream where I lose my voice because of allergies or, we got, my youngest one or what my oldest one just started school. So, we've got the preschool, first day of school sickness that we're dealing with here. I'm fine. I've got all the drinks that help and the medicine. But yeah, I'm sure you can tell. And my wife is yelling at me to take my meds. I did. I snuck over here and did it. You just didn't see me. We are now officially, we are estimating now we are under 2 hours away from landfall. Elijah, that would be great whenever you're ready. Go ahead, Elijah.
Alrighty, so I'm going to take over for just a couple minutes to let Ryan rest his voice and get a drink, and I can do some damage reports for everyone. So the Storm Prediction Center so far has documented 20 different reports of tornadoes. Now, some of those are potentially and most likely duplicate reports. So I'll just go through kind of a short list of them here. Let me pull that list up real fast. Got to scroll up to it. So we have at least one reported tornado near Cape Coral. 2 reports occurred near Fort Myers. 3 reports occurred near Lake Placid. 1 report occurred near Okeechobee. 1 report occurred near Indiantown. 1 report occurred near Port Salerno, or South. I can't speak. Yeah, Salerno. 3 reports actually occurred along I-95. So that was one of the tornadoes that crossed the interstate, and we had several traffic cameras that were picking it up. So we got 3 reports. Most likely that was the same tornado that was just reported along the interstate. 2 reports occurred near St. Lucie, and 1 report occurred near Hullaval. Now, that's only 15 if you are counting the numbers. The other 5 reports, I believe, are duplicates that have occurred so far as well. But so far, 20 tornadoes have been kind of reported to the Storm Prediction Center today. And there's going to be a lot more. It's going to take several days for the National Weather Service offices, and I'm not going to say offices because there's 3 or 4 different offices that were issuing tornado warnings today and had tornadoes in their area. So it's going to take several days for all of these offices to actually go out and survey all of the tornado damage as well as the hurricane damage. This might come as a surprise, but the National Weather Service actually does do surveys on some of their hurricane damage. They try to determine what was potentially like some of the highest wind gust damage things. Because hurricanes, they produce, in a weird way, in straight line winds, tornado wind speeds. So they can actually tell the difference between what is tropical damage versus tornadic damage. And they sometimes go out to try to survey that. The National Weather Service also sends satellites overhead. We have some of those from Helene that have already come in, but it takes several days for them to get satellites overhead that will survey the entire coastline that was hit and kind of get updated satellite data from all of the damaged areas. So I will keep everyone updated. Feel free to join the Discord server because, like I said, it'll take several days. It'll probably be over a week or 2. I'm still giving information on Helene even, and Helene occurred over 2 weeks ago. So it will take a while. So come join the Discord server, and I will keep everyone updated. As I get more information on damage from today, while the stream is still going on, I will also jump in to let everyone know about that.
All right. Thank you so much, Elijah. This is what it looks like in Fort Myers Beach right now, unfortunately. Major storm surge causing damage again in Fort Myers Beach. This is what it looks like in front of Bryce Shelton as the water is coming up near Nakamas, Florida. The town in Florida, is it Nakamas or Nokomis? How do you say that?
Ryan, it's actually pronounced Nokomis. Looks like you might need to brush up on your Florida towns.
All right. All right. So that's Bryce Shelton. He's honestly in a little bit of a dangerous spot here as the water, once again, look at the palm trees. You can see now that they are pointing a little bit more inland, not perfectly, not perpendicular to the coast yet, but I would say about a 20-degree angle from the beach points inland. That is why we're starting to see some of the water rise. The more the palm trees point directly inland, the more water is going to come in, and the water is going to rise very quickly there where Bryce Shelton is right now. Yeah, we got reports of, and we saw video of the sheriff's department that got struck by a tornado in St. Lucie County. A lot of the damage reports and stuff that are coming in from the tornado outbreak are coming from St. Lucie County and Martin County, and we'll keep you updated on that as we get more information. Speaking of tornadoes, though, we do have another kind of a mental scale discussion that has recently been issued, where there is going to be an isolated tornado threat associated with some of these cells that are popping up to the east of Tampa, south